Today we had an appraisal at one of our properties, and I thought, let me explain to you what an appraiser actually does at a property. Well, a bank will order an appraisal of the property because the bank wants to protect their investment. So they want to make sure if the buyer should not pay their mortgage in a year from now, that they could actually sell the property and get the money back from their investment. And the way they do that is that they support it by comparables. So an appraiser will come to the property and they're going to measure the property. So they're going to measure the outside of the property. They're going to come in and they're going to draw up some floor plans of the property, and they're going to take a look at what the property has to offer. How many bedrooms, how many baths, what is the square footage, hardwood floors, updated appliances, kitchens, bathrooms. They're going to take a look at everything. As an agent, when I'm there to remind them about the things that maybe they don't see: underground sprinkler systems, attic fans, extra insulation, things like that, because they're not doing an inspection of the property. They're just really walking around and taking a look at the property. We will let them know about any upgrades that they've done to the house in reference to a new deck, gas line for the barbecue grill, new electrical systems, because they're not going to open up the electrical box. And then what we're going to do is we're going to provide them with some comparables that might be undervalued, add things to that. So we're going to say, hey, like this comparable here is under the value of what the buyer's paying, but that's because it only has a 1-car garage and we have 2-car garages. We have 4 bedrooms and this has 3 bedrooms. We're going to break it down that way. And then we're going to show them a comparable that is overvalue where they can subtract. Well, this house has this, but this house has that, and then they give a certain value to each feature, maybe a bedroom or another garage, things like that. We want them to see how they can actually move those numbers around to get to the number of the value of the house. In our area, our homes are selling between 10 and 15% over the asking price. If we're lucky enough to get an appraiser that's from the area, they'll understand that. So that's another reason why we always make sure we meet the appraiser. Remember this, bank appraisal is not the value of the home. That's the value that the bank will put on the home to protect their investment. Value of the home ultimately is what a buyer is willing to pay for that home. A lot of times buyers get a little confused because they'll be like, oh, I'm overpaying for the house because the appraiser only says it's this value. Actually, that's not true. The value was what you were willing to pay for it, because that's who sets the value of the house, are the buyers. The appraisers, again, are just there to protect the investment of the bank. If you have any other questions, just reach out to me and I'll explain the entire process.